Hello students, in this session of chapter number 4, Molecular Basis of Inheritance, we are going to learn packaging of DNA in prokaryotes, packaging of DNA in eukaryotes, then nucleosome model, heterochromatin and euchromatin. You have already studied the structure of DNA in 11th standard. You know that DNA is a double helix structure made up of two antiparallel polynucleotide strands. These strands are joined with the help of weak hydrogen bonds. The DNA consists of number of nucleotides linked with each other with the help of phosphodiester bond. Now you know that the eukaryotic DNA is linear or it is straight, while prokaryotic DNA is circular and folded. Now we will study the topic, that is DNA packaging. The length of mammalian double helix DNA is about 2.2 meters, and such long DNA fits into a small sized nucleus, that is 6 micron sized nucleus. So to fit in the nucleus, the DNA molecule is condensed. Condensed means it becomes compact due to folding and due to coiling and supercoiling. Now, firstly, we will study the topic, that is packaging of DNA in prokaryotes. You know that prokaryotes are those organisms which show prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell means the cells show absence of nucleus, or if it is present, it is not well developed, as well as membrane bound cell organelles like Golgi complex, ribosomes, mitochondria are absent. Then example in the bacteria called as Escherichia coli, the cell size is 2 to 3 micron and it does not show well organized or well developed nucleus. Instead, a small circular folded DNA ring of about 1100 micron in length with 4 to 6 million base pairs is present. So such circular DNA is called as bacterial nucleus or nucleoid. Then the circular nucleoid is packed in a small sized cell, that is 2 to 3 micron sized cell. The DNA molecule is negatively charged. Then it becomes circular by reducing the size up to 350 micron due to folding and looping. Due to the coiling or folding of the DNA, it forms domains, or these domains are also called as loops. So in all, about 40 to 50 domains or loops are produced in the DNA, and these loops are connected with each other with the help of RNA connectors. Each domain or domain is also called as loop gets reduced in the size to 2 micron in diameter by coiling and supercoiling of the chromosome, and it is assisted or associated by positively charged histone, that is HU. Histone or HU are the histone like DNA binding proteins. So DNA is negatively charged while proteins are positively charged, due to which they get bind to each other. Then proteins like DNA gyrase and DNA topoisomerase first maintain the supercoiled stage of the chromosome. Here we see packaging of DNA in prokaryotes. In the first diagram, we see circular unfolded chromosome. Here we see the chromosome is circular and unfolded, and its size is about 350 micron. Then in the next diagram, that is diagram B, this circular unfolded chromosome becomes folded and produces loops, or these are also called as domains, and these loops are connected with each other with the help of RNA, and due to the folding of this chromosome, its size is reduced to up to 30 micron. Then in the further diagram, that is diagram C, we see supercoiled folded chromosome. That means the DNA in each loop independently supercoils, or further each loop or each domain undergoes supercoiling, and due to this supercoiling the size of the chromosome is reduced, that is up to 2 micron. So due to the reduction of the size of chromosome, that is 2 micron, it can easily get adjusted or easily get packed inside the bacterial or prokaryotic cell. Now we are seeing the example of a bacterial cell, that is Escherichia coli. So due to the reduced size, it can fit inside the bacterial cell. Then during the process of uncoiling, two enzymes play an important role. The first one is deoxyribonuclease, which carries partial digestion, means which help to cut DNA as well as to uncoil the DNA. Here we see the DNA has become uncoiled. This is due to the enzyme, that is deoxyribonuclease, and such DNA is called as nicked DNA, where the uncoiling of DNA occurs. Then the RNA connector. Here we see the RNA which is connected to the DNA, or which maintains the folded structure of DNA, gets cleaved or it is cut with the help of enzyme ribonuclease. So the prokaryotic DNA becomes folded, coiled and supercoiled, and is reduced up to the size that is 2 micron, so that it can fit inside the small bacterial cell or prokaryotic cell. Now we will study the topic packaging of DNA in eukaryotes. You know that eukaryotes are the organisms which show presence of eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell has well-developed nucleus and membrane-bound cell organelles like Golgi complex, ribosomes, mitochondria are present. Inside the nucleus, chromosome is present. Then, in these chromosomes, the DNA is associated with certain types of proteins. These are histone and non-histone proteins. So, the association of these histone and non-histone proteins with chromosomes was first reported by a scientist called as R. Korenberg in the year 1974. Depending upon the abundance of amino acid residues, these amino acid residues have charged side chains, and due to this, a protein acquires its charge. Histones are the proteins that are rich in the amino acids like lysine and arginine. Both these amino acids carry positive charges. So histones are a set of positively charged basic proteins. These histones get organized or organize themselves to make unit of 8 molecules known as histone octamer. Then due to the positive charge of this histone protein, the negatively charged DNA gets wrapped around the histone octamer, forming a structure called as nucleosome. Here in the diagram, we see a nucleosome unit. Then here we see the nucleosome unit is made up of two molecules of four types of histones, that is H2A, then H2B, then H3 and H4. So of each type two molecules are present. Total here we see eight molecules: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So this structure is called as histone octamer. And then the negatively charged DNA or double helix DNA, it wraps around the positively charged histone octamer. Here we see the wrapping of DNA, and DNA is negatively charged and proteins are positively charged. So they get attracted and they bind with each other. Then a protein called as H1 or H1 histone. Here we see H1 or histone H1 protein, which binds the nucleosome, or it binds the DNA thread where it arrives or where it enters, and then it leaves the nucleosome. Here we see, here the DNA thread enters and here it arrives or leaves the nucleosome. So in this region the H1 histone gets attached to maintain the structure of this nucleosome unit. So this one nucleosome unit contains approximately 146 base pairs in the DNA. So this nucleosome consists of 8 molecules of histone proteins, each of 2, that is H2A, H2B, H3 and H4, and it is called as octamer. Then it is wrapped around with the help of DNA, and this wrapped DNA is connected with H1 histone. So it is a nucleosome unit. Nucleosome units appear like beads on a string. Now here we see nucleosome units and they appear as beads on a string or thread. The nucleosomes are repeating units of chromatin, which are thread-like colored bodies present in the nucleus. Then DNA of about 200 base pair wrap around histone octamer. 6 nucleosomes get coiled and form a solenoid fiber of about 30 nanometer or 300 angstrom in diameter, and further supercoil to form a chromatin fiber, and further again coil and condense or become compact at the metaphase stage to form chromosome. Packaging of chromatin material at a higher level needs additional proteins. These are called as non-histone chromosomal proteins, or short form is NHC. Now here we see at the top that these are the nucleosome units. Here first one, then second, third, and so on. So these nucleosome appears like beads on a thread or string. Then these nucleosomes are repeating units of chromatin, which are thread-like colored bodies present inside the nucleus of the cell. Then DNA of about 200 base pairs wrap around the histone octamer. You know that octamer means total 8 histone molecules are present. Then these nucleosomes are connected with each other by a DNA called as linker DNA. So the nucleosome units appear like beads on a string. Then here we see chromatin fiber. The chromatin fiber is about 60 Armstrong unit thick. Then chromatin fibers stretched during preparation for electron microscopy. So these chromatin fibers are stretched under electron microscope to observe its detailed structure. Now here we see one nucleosome, then second, third, fourth, and so on. So these nucleosomes consist, or they are wrapped around the DNA of about 146 nucleotide pairs when it is observed under the microscope. Then these nucleosome units are connected with each other with the help of DNA called as linker DNA, and its length varies from chromosome to chromosome. Generally, 114 nucleotide pairs or base pairs are present in this linker DNA. So the fiber which is formed is about 10 to 11 nanometer thick. Now at the base we see, due to coiling and supercoiling of the nucleotides as well as the nucleosomes come together and form a condensed structure called as solenoid fiber. This solenoid fiber further coils and form a chromosome in metaphase stage. Now here we see the solenoid fiber, which consists of total 6 nucleosomes. Here we see first, second, third, then fourth, fifth, and sixth. So it forms a structure called as solenoid fiber. Then the diameter obviously is same from all sides, that is 300 Armstrong unit, or it is also called as 30 nanometer. So 6 nucleosome get coiled first for a solenoid fiber of 300 Armstrong unit or 30 nanometer in diameter. Then they further supercoil to form chromatin fiber, and again further they coil to form chromosome in the metaphase stage. So here we have seen the structure of nucleosome. Now we will study the topic heterochromatin and euchromatin. First we will see heterochromatin. The term heterochromatin was first proposed by a scientist called as Hertz In eukaryotic cells, some segments of chromosome, or it is also called as chromonema, during the interphase and early prophase of cell division remain in condensed state. Condensed state means they remain compact and form heterochromatin. Then this heterochromatin is generally found near the centromere of the chromosome. Then it is also found near the telomere, and it is also intercalated. Intercalated means chromatin or heterochromatin repeats at regular intervals on the chromosomes. Then heterochromatin is genetically mostly inactive. Then it stain strongly and appear dark as the density of DNA is very high. Then heterochromatin is transcriptionally almost inactive. Now, transcription is a process in which DNA produces RNA. So, generally, heterochromatin is transcriptionally almost inactive. That means it does not carry the process of transcription in which RNA is produced on one of the DNA strand. Now, here we see the structure of heterochromatin. Now, we see the DNA. Then this DNA wrapped around the nucleosome unit. Here we can see clearly a nucleosome. So heterochromatin is condensed, means it is compact, as the nucleosome units are arranged very near to each other, and it forms a compact structure, and such structure is called as heterochromatin. Now we will study the topic euchromatin. The regions of the chromosome, or it is also called as chromonema, which are in non-condensed. Non-condensed means the euchromatin or the regions of chromosome are loosely packed. Such state of loosely packed chromosome is called as euchromatin. As DNA is in less amount in euchromatin, it stains light in color. Then the euchromatin is genetically very active and fast replicating. Now you know that replication means producing identical copies. So euchromatin is genetically active and it produces its copies. Hence it is called as replicating, and the process is fast. Hence it is called as fast replicating. Then euchromatin is also transcriptionally active. Now you know transcription is a process in which DNA produces RNA on one of its strand. So euchromatin is active and carries the process of transcription. Here in the diagram we see euchromatin. Euchromatin means it is in non-condensed state, or the nucleosome units are away from each other. Here we see one nucleosome unit, then second one. They are loosely arranged. While in heterochromatin we have seen that there is no space between these nucleosomes. But in euchromatin there is a lot of space between two nucleosome units. Hence it is loosely packed. So euchromatin is in non-condensed state present on the, or these are the regions of chromosome which are loosely arranged and called as euchromatin. So in this session we have learned the topics DNA packaging in prokaryotes and eukaryotes, Then we have studied nucleosome model, then heterochromatin and euchromatin. So remaining topics we will study in our next sessions.